Welcome to PC Hero, saving the data. All right, that's my lame title and slogan. It's clever though, right? You gotta admit, it's pretty damn clever. So this is basically Windows PE, and it's modified to be used as a utility. I've made videos about Windows PE and talked about how it can be used to deploy operating systems and other lame stuff like that. But it's really flexible, and there's so much more you can do with it. And that's a really uh, great reason to get involved with it and learn more about the different technologies that you can add to Windows PE that give it more functionality. So what we're looking at right here is Windows PE. This is a virtual machine, and I've run Windows PE, and this is the first thing that pops up, and it gives you a interface here that is created through an HTA application, which basically it's a slightly modified version of an HTML web page that tells the Windows environment to operate in a local manner, which strips away a lot of the protections that are added when you're looking at a web page inside of a web browser, because there's lots of security when you're looking at stuff on the web. So if you want to build a form, like an HTML form application looking kind of thing like this, but you want it to run locally so that you can access local files without any of those restrictions, you would use what's called an HTA application. And you can add HTA support to the Windows PE image. And it's also using VBSCRIPT in the background to drive a lot of what's going on here. So what is this good for? Well, Windows PE is an environment that you can boot into and you can use tools from. So that opens up a whole world of things that you can do with it in case you're in a situation that maybe you only have one computer and for whatever reason you can't boot into your operating system. So now you have a basically a setting where you can run diagnostics and do other things and try to repair your situation. And one of the things you would always want to do is be able to have access to the internet. And you can do that within Windows PE. You can get Firefox Portable, add it to your ISO, and run it. And I'm inside Windows PE running Firefox. I can go to Google, look up more information, see what's going on. Maybe there's something specific to the problem that I can look up, and that may be helpful. I can download files or utilities and run them. So that's something that you can do within Windows PE. I also found this little application called CubicExplorer, which adds kind of a Windows Explorer functionality to the Windows PE environment, so you're not stuck at the command line looking at everything, and you even have the ability to search stuff. So maybe if you want to search for all the executables on the local system, you can do something like that, and then you'll get views of everything. So you know, you can add lots of little third-party applications to Windows PE to give it a much more familiar environment. And with scripting added, we can do things like call WMI. So I have this menu here that will query the hardware so that I can learn more about the machine that I'm looking at. Maybe I'm working on a client's machine and I can't boot it up, but I want to find out what kind of hardware it's got going on, and I don't want to open the thing up. So this is a good way that I can look it up. Now I even managed to figure out a way to pull the Windows keys from the machine. Now I'm not going to show it to you because it's going to show you my Windows key, and I kind of want to keep that a secret, but I'll tell you how it works. Basically, it searches all the volumes for the Windows folder, and if I see the Windows folder, then I'm going to go look for the registry file, and if I see the registry file, then I'm going to make a copy of that registry file, and I'm going to mount that registry file, and I'm going to extract the product ID. And then I used a little script I found online. A lot of this stuff is stuff that I found online and modified to get working in here, but I used that script to decode the product ID so that it displays it as the correct key value, and it also finds the Windows version within the registry also and displays it out. So you can, if you have multiple Windows drives hooked up to a machine, it'll go find all of them and spit them out on the screen just like it's spit out this information here. So that's pretty convenient because people always lose their stickers and they're like, oh, can you reinstall my operating system? I'm, you know, questioning whether I want to jab a pencil in my forehead or not. So there's also this auto help thing, and what I hope to do with this is actually automate the process of finding out errors on hard drive or some other stuff. I just want to see if I can get it to fix things on its own. That would be pretty cool. But I did manage to make a menu for check disk. I just wanted to prove that I could at least do that. So I can actually come here and it searches all the local hard drives and then spits out some information about it, so you can be sure you're selecting the one that you want. And I made all these little buttons so that you can see the parameters for check disk and read more about them, and you could select them. And I'm still learning VBSCRIPT. I always tried to avoid it. Now I'm trying to do this, and there's no avoiding it. So I've got to figure out how to do the on click so it unclicks. This is very poorly done, but it's a work in progress. So I can run it like this. It's in read-only mode and just runs check disk, but sometimes just a little easier than running it from the command line. I have all this nice stuff, and I hope to automate it a little bit further, so that would be pretty cool. And that's it. So this is just a WinPE environment modified with HTA application, CSS, VBSCRIPT, some batch files, doing some funky stuff in the background, and you know, I even made it so I can use my enter box. I'm sure you've never seen anything like this. This is the enter box. This is revolutionary stuff here. You can actually type in commands in here and things will happen. So it's pretty, you know, pretty advanced stuff that I'm working on. And that's it. I just wanted to show off the flexibility of the Windows PE environment and show you that there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it, and it's more than just a deployment environment. You can use it for support, and you can do a lot of different automation kinds of things with it. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and if I get anything else added to it, I'll make another video.